Greetings and salutations, all you fabulous fans out there, and welcome to another stirring installment of Disinformed After Dork, apparently. But,
I saw the ring. I had to put it over my eye. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're the strangest little light pirate I have ever encountered, my friend. But hi, welcome to Disinformed After Dark. I'm Shane.
I'm Michael.
I'm Courtney.
You should be used to him not being
I know
here, Michael.
It hurts. It hurts me every time.
I love the silence, though. It's so funny every time.
I'm pouring one out for my homies, if you will.
It's like he's actually here. So, in case you are blissfully unaware, we, along with another
individual, he's an individual.
Are you going to kill him off for the third time?
For another inarticulate and poorly dyed host of this show, we
not saying something. Given
host a weekly podcast called the Disinformed Podcast, where we delve into random esoteric topics and we lie about them. It's very entertaining, I assure you. But we do this as sort of a bit of decompression, occasional discussion of books that we adore, and also we occasionally dabble in some nasty fan fiction here, which Michael simply cannot get enough of, just like the reflection of the ring on his glasses. Simply cannot stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
I just don't want my forehead to look like a landing strip, and I just have to live with the fact that it does.
Yeah. So, like shaved pubic hair on an adult film star? Is that what you're driving at?
Yeah. I just got to live with it. There's no shaving off my forehead. I don't know. Anyway, continue. Continue.
Why am I letting you talk? You think I would have learned by now, but nope. I just keep stumbling over the exact same pitfalls. But on a recent episode, Courtney had posited a very interesting thing for us to take part in that we have a psychopathy test.
Ooh.
And so we can proctor the results for one of our friends here. Mr. John got a 3 out of, what is it, 12?
24
or 20. It's a large number. But according to him and his honest claims, he is not a psychopath. He's just bland.
He got a 3 out of 24. Yeah.
Okay, it's 24. So it's a lot of fun. But before we get into our actual scores for the three of us here, I figured it would be fun for us to actually run down and discuss these questions as they manifested themselves. So does that sound reasonable to everybody?
Yeah,
definitely.
It perfectly does. Yeah.
This is from Psych Central, which is important to clarify up front. We will actually have a link in the description below. And so you can play along with us at home if you're interested in taking part. But don't worry, I will read it for you so you can just sit and enjoy this glorious installation and not have to worry about it. So, question number 1. Most would describe me as charming and nonchalant. I can turn my charm on and off like a faucet. The answers are not me. This describes me somewhat, and this is definitely me. So, how did we feel about this one, friends?
I had to ask my girlfriend Destiny
what nonchalant and charming meant.
No, I can look those up on my own. No, I asked her I had to ask her if people actually, in her opinion, if people saw that, because I don't really care what other people think of me. It's hard. It's one of those things where it's just I don't go up to someone and be like, hey, do you think I'm charming?
That's why this show isn't popular. Okay, you're not even trying. Incapable of charm.
Yeah, it's like it's hard for me to gauge what people actually give a shit about. So it's at points I don't care.
So it's just autism.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to know. Courtney.
Good God. This one's really interesting to me because I don't know that I would necessarily consider myself a charming person, but I definitely notice that sometimes I will like turn on and off the personality and to certain people in certain situations. So I did say this one does describe me somewhat.
That is it's kind of part and parcel to the public persona, though.
Yeah.
If anybody has taken any psychology courses, there is kind of a public persona, and we adopt certain airs when we are out and consorting with other individuals most of the time. So I would say this does describe everybody somewhat to a certain degree. So yes, I concur. I also this was the one positive response that I think I posited here for the entirety of this thing.
Oh, I'm scared now.
I'm so excited.
Oh,
Good.
goodness.
So yes, I went with that as well. So the next is I do what I want when I want, the moment the impulse strikes me, regardless of what others want. And if this doesn't describe John to a T, I have no idea what does.
That's probably the one that he answered, or he was
You
probably
think
like,
he would
no,
score himself that though?
Yeah. If
I
he
mean,
did.
I don't think he's cognizant of that behavior, but probably not.
Can we play this for John and answer how
he's not going to watch this. Don't
not
even
for
try
his
to entertain the notion.
No,
Not
from your
him,
perspective, what would John score?
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what he thinks.
How we score, John? Oh,
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Okay.
It's going to be more accurate that way anyway, right?
Not sure he's psychotic, but pitiful. Okay, so anybody here have impulse control issues or?
Well, that is par for the course. I do have ADHD, so that is it's yeah.
We got him on this one.
You got me.
Got him. All right.
Got ya.
So this is definitely you, would you say?
I think I said either this is definitely me or this describes me somewhat.
Okay.
Because I do kind of take into account what other people want. Like pretty much I'll do whatever I want as long as it's not stepping on other people's toes, because I just don't want to bother other people.
Well, as the bard said, to thine own self be true. And I have been beholden to that rationale in many facets of my life, but I wouldn't say I just do whatever I want, because I would have been in prison by now.
Very fair.
So next step, if something goes wrong or turns out badly, it's not my fault.
It's technologies.
Is this a roast?
I feel like it may have turned into one
yeah.
somewhere in the transition here, because one, he did not take the test in advance of this, which is why he's also not featured here, because he can't be bothered. He's got more important things to do with his time, obviously. And so, I'm definitely throwing him in on this is definitely me. But anybody else here give a positive answer to this?
It's one of those where I answered either it's definitely me or it describes me somewhat, because there have definitely been times where I should know it's my fault. But
you have blamed the microphone once or twice, so that is that's a reality we've gotten into.
Though as a counterpoint, I do also blame my inadequacy in dealing with the microphone as well, saying that I don't know what I'm doing. As a counterpoint.
Okay, I am usually I try to be as culpable as possible. I'm not saying that I take blame for everything, but I would hope that I would like to say that I will admit when I'm wrong. It's infrequent, but it does happen. All right, now here's a fun one. I have gotten into legal or criminal trouble as an adult, not just a speeding or parking ticket. Michael, I seem to remember something happening on the roof of a parking structure somewhere.
Yes. So I answered, this is one of those things where it's like, oh, I answered either this is me somewhat or this is definitely me, because it's like, well, it's a one occasion. So is this a absolute answer? Like, it's either
you have
yay or
gotten
nay?
into legal trouble. That is
yes.
You also had to have your room separated by tape.
That wasn't legal or criminal trouble. Thankfully.
I'm going to disagree, because that gentleman was a lawyer and had been dealing with lying assholes like you his entire life.
Lying pricks.
Oh, well,
yes, yeah.
Appropriate. I misspoke.
I guess then I'm taking this test now that I is in addition to the previous, just to see how I answered and then how other people would view, because if I'm like, oh, this is not me, you guys can call out on it. So I'm curious to see how my answers differ. So,
okay.
Anyway.
Courtney, I see that you've just been secret squirreling this in the background here. So I'm assuming this is mostly not me
I don't get in trouble. In legal trouble, I would say.
Ew.
Religious trouble, though.
Other trouble that might be legal, I might dabble in, but
Courtney has dog problems, is what we're saying. So, all right. So the next one, I am easily the best at what I do, bar none. Nobody could ever take my place.
I did not answer that as anything other than that ain't me at all.
All right.
I am, if anything, I would argue I am the worst at what I do, bar none.
Feel like
everyone can take my place.
If I'm being true to myself, I think this was the other half of the this describes me somewhat from the two things that I contributed here. Because I'm a pompous ass, but that's perfectly fine. Courtney
also gave this one a describes me somewhat, because there are certain things that I know that I am very good at, and you can't be better than me. Sorry.
And fried chicken is one.
That is true.
Indeed. All right. Next, I do whatever I feel like doing, and I don't care what others think, even if it's illegal. Now, considering Michael mere moments ago had said that he gives no fargs about what people think, and is known to have that rope from time to time, then I'm thinking.
The only thing that caught me, if I recall correctly, was the even if it's illegal, because I've spent time behind bars. I
mean, you've been drunk in them, certainly.
Surprisingly not.
And
but
so puking outside of bars, but.
But I definitely said that this describes me somewhat, because the illegality of some of these things. I mean, like, I just don't seek to do illegal things, I guess.
I mean, unless it's driving while intoxicated, but that's
tomato potato. I guess that's fair. I'll up it up to this is definitely me. Okay.
I don't think it's definitely you. I just stay.
It described me somewhat.
Let's take things into interpretation. Yes, I'll give you half credit at least for this.
Yes.
And again, I think I've proven I have where sugar is not involved. I have a decent amount or a modicum of impulse control. But some things, the carpal tunnel would attest that I have some problems with impulse control, but I don't just do whatever I want. So the next is every person for themselves. I don't see the point in feeling sorry for other people and have no desire to help others. Now, I remember someone pointing out that there was an individual who was wheelchair bound, stranded out in the middle of an intersection and was left to their own devices because he couldn't be bothered and just needed to close up a bar. So I don't think his numbers are accurately representing his actual personality here.
I help everyone I see. I'll even help people cross the street if they ask, even if they don't. That's probably what he was thinking.
Oh, I'll help him. I'll help him cross the street right into the middle of a bumper.
Hey, my battery's dead. Help!
Get me out of this bullshit neighborhood.
I think this one's really interesting because it's kind of 3 questions in one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's every person for themselves. That's kind of it's its own kind of thing. And then you've got I don't see the point in feeling sorry for other people, which is also another like point. And then no desire to help others. So like if you're hitting like this describes me someone or this is definitely me, like that's 3 strikes.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no question.
I definitely said not me.
Yeah, there's a personal holding company that I feel like you have to get to with me in order for me to entertain the notion of helping you. So it's not something that I will freely give out at random, but I wouldn't say that I'm wholly without heart, but
yeah.
All right. I have gotten into legal or criminal trouble when I was a teenager, not just a speeding or parking. They've got a fixation with speeding and parking tickets in this thing.
Like, those don't count.
I think, yeah, because like a lot of people get them from some point or at some point or another.
Yeah, there's a quota that's got to be met.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
Michael, you would know.
Yeah, I do, and I would. I think I said because I was technically a teenager during the whole weed on the parking lot debacle. Okay. So I think I said this describes me somewhat because I'm like,
were you of legal age to be tried?
I guess so.
Then that would make you an adult, my friend.
Oh, well.
But I mean, tomato, potato.
Yeah, exactly.
We're splitting hairs, which I have very few of unless we're counting my shoulders. So strangely enough, I have not gotten into legal trouble outside of a speeding ticket, which John was present for, so I'll blame it on him. Nothing is my fault. Nothing. I have no problem or concern in lying in order to get what I want.
I said this describes me somewhat.
Okay.
Oh.
I've definitely lied a lot at work at pizza. Like
you lied to the pizza?
I've lied to the pizza. I've lied to the customers. My favorite one was a driver was taking like a little bit longer. I think it was at like an hour and 10 when we usually cite an hour and 45 or 45 to an hour. And the customer had called every 5 minutes, starting at 30 minutes to ask. And at one point I got so frustrated. I said, look, the driver was actually involved in a fatal collision. We are sending out another driver as soon as possible. And I think I either hung up on them or I don't remember what happened after that. But yeah, I've done stuff like that. Yeah.
I think you're gonna win. You're gonna win.
I was gonna say Psycho Mike is officially the new name floating forward for you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm definitely answering this higher than I feel like I did before. So
how high are you?
Apparently higher than a kite.
What did you do for this one, Shane?
I actually am not prone to. I tend to be transparent to a fault. I will tell somebody the truth almost to my detriment in many instances. So yeah, this is not me, unfortunately. A white lie from time to time, I think we've all resorted to.
But but that I feel like that wouldn't necessarily count towards this question.
Yeah, it's not like I told somebody that I have actually, haven't deposited the check that we received for playing a show yet, and I got to get around to it later. I'd say not that. So we're fine here. But all right. Live in the moment is what I say. The future will take care of itself, and learning from your past is pointless.
I did not answer with anything. I said not me. I fret about that.
Skip.
I worry about the future so often that I'm like, no, I can't say live in the moment, because I would be freaking out about the next moment and the moment after that and the moment after that. So.
I mean, there is someone who's not on the call presently who is very prone to repeating the same mistakes.
My God.
Including not being present for recording shows where he might be able to defend himself in the course of a discussion. That seems like a problem, but I don't know. Maybe.
Oh my God.
In case anybody needed to know, we're dogpiling on John, but we love him. So, I never feel remorse, shame, or guilt about something I've said or done.
I feel like we kind of already answered this previously. Like we're getting a little repetitive at this point.
There are shades and gradients to this that I think they are really just poking with a sharp stick as often as possible on this. But yeah, no, I feel remorse and shame about a great many things, including my decisions about who to be in a band with. But, that's just what it is. I got to complete the set. I have to get through this whole thing in order to make this. It's got to be relatable for folks out there who don't have rhythm. It's fine. So the final question in this glorious little study is, I don't see the point in taking on responsibilities of any kind. They just weigh you down. Like possibly, recording a show to its completion, spending a little more time in your evening, not playing video games or staring at your feet or recording TikToks that nobody's going to watch. Maybe that might be something that you can use as a responsibility. I don't know. It's not a thing.
God damn, he has a family.
Think of the children.
Or the band ones.
The dogs didn't choose him. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
So now that we've completed the run of this, I will tell you the score that I received based on my own opinion of myself was 1 out of 24. So I am apparently, according to myself, not a psychopath. Now, a sociopath, the jury is still out, as evidenced by how I'm berating John here.
Yeah, I was in the same spot, not necessarily with the points, but in the agreement that like this, I would feel like I have more sociopathic tendencies.
Listen, I'm a Scorpio. I'm vindictive. I can't really help that.
Same.
It's written in the stars. So I can't be held accountable for anything.
Actually, technically, I think some call me Scorpio, some call me the other one because I'm right on the precipice of it.
The other one?
I don't know. I don't do horoscopes.
Some call me Randy, some call me Sandy. It just depends on the afternoon.
Exactly. I on both the one that I took by myself and the one taking it here with you fine folks, I got 10 out of 24.
So you are mildly psychotic, my friend.
According to this, it says no.
I feel like that's kind of not fair though, because some of them are related to ADHD and not necessarily psychopathy.
The two are not mutually exclusive.
I bet there's some comorbidity between the two. I bet.
Extra credit for pronunciation on that one, my friend.
Thank you. I've looked up that word a couple of times.
I'm not shocked. So the rating scale, according to this, as I am scrolling through, is that if you answered 0 through 12, that's no psychopathy. 13 to 17 is psychopathy is possible, and 18 plus is psychopathy is likely. So it's anything's possible for John. I'm just going to throw that out here.
That's definitely, I would say, possible. Yeah.
Yeah. The trends we've studied here over the course of recording this show is that there is some possible psychopathic tendencies. And Courtney, since we've held out on this, what is your score?
I scored a 2 out of 24.
Okay. So we've got Shane in the lead here, followed by Courtney, John bringing up the rear, as he all too often does. And then I think Michael and John are vying for last place based on our estimation. But according to John, John claimed he had 3. I wasn't actually selecting his choices here.
I didn't want to either.
I'm going to say 17 though, just from my
for all intents and
internal
purposes,
scoring. Yes, I'd say that's reasonable. Well,
okay.
That was very entertaining and a worthwhile little expedition for us to go on in order to explore some of our mental constructs of ourselves, at the very least.
You know what that proves, though, is that you can mail bees to someone and not be a psychopath.
There you go.
Not sure I'm in complete agreement with that statement, but as I do not want to open my mailbox and discover a hive waiting for me, I will say, yes, Courtney, that's a perfectly healthy response to anybody's given stimuli. Because I don't want you to unibomb me.
Or rattlesnake attack.
I don't have a mail slot, thankfully, so no one will be able to slip anything past me.
Oh.
Ooh.
In me.
Spicy.
Maybe.
There's that smut book club.
Verity, I say unto you. Well, congratulations, John, you're a psycho.
Just end the episode.
Love and kisses to the family of podcaster John.
We should just title this.
Can we tell him we all scored 0 and that he's the only one that had any points?
You had points? That's very concerning.
I'm not letting you in my house anymore.
You should go get help.
Yeah, you web-footed maniac.
And today's episode is actually sponsored by BetterHelp and the Calm app. If you think that you're about to send bees to people, just open up the Calm app and take a couple of nice meditative sessions. It'll work the bees right out of you.
Terms apply.
Terms apply.
Available at betterhelp.com/terms. Well, I think that is going to, finish us up here like a deep calming and cleansing breath. For those who really need it, except for Michael, who is still gumming up the works with a slew of phlegm that cannot be shaken out, unfortunately.
Telling me.
I'm not telling you, I'm telling them.
Oh, that's fair.
Yes, indeed. But strangely enough, if you have enjoyed what has occurred here, Michael has got some instructions for you.
Smash that like button, ring the bell, hit subscribe, leave a comment, engage, just anything. Just please engage. Please.
Most certainly. And naturally, we have all new shows of the podcast winging your way every marvelous Monday morning on your preferred provider app. And if you dig what we do, rate and review there as well, because we would love to hear from you. And weigh in wherever you do like. We's also got a link tree down below where you can find all of our socials and follow us on your preferred platforms there as well. And for any comment that you offer, Courtney will give you the opportunity to dive bomb Michael's mailbox with whatever you'd like, because she is still sharing his address for all comers.
I think this week we're going to do a special, and it's going to be John's address.
And we'll actually point out which patio window you can stand behind in order to welcome his impending demise in the fashion that we have all been craving.
Oh, that would be great if we got followers just hang outside when he doesn't know.
Someone just hanging off the balcony ledge.
Oh, God.
I realized I misspoke on last week's episode because I had said that it was like Halloween, and then I did the Friday the 13th kill speech in the background. I'm taking myself to task for that. So for those of you who caught it, my bad. I admit I was wrong.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm not John.
And that's why he's not a psychopath. There we go.
Exactly. Well, I believe that is going to wrap this up in a beautiful psychopathic burrito for the evening. And thank you all for taking part. We look forward to treating you again next week, as I believe we are finally going to get around to some discussion about Empress Teresa, are we not?
We should. Yeah, now that I am done with Synanon, I can focus on that.
Well, Superfan Steven has been chomping at the bit to finally get back involved.
I couldn't stand to make him wait any longer. We'll do that next week.
Okay, well, fantastic. So you're on blast now, Steven. Get ready. And Courtney, as always, you are more than welcome to take part, because I cannot listen to Michael do a falsetto character one more time. I think I might actually lose my mind.
I'll be there.
Hoorah. John, you're still not invited. Well, ladies and germaphobes, thank you for being here. And for Disinformed After Dark this week, I am Kenton Eldorado.
I am Algernon Greer.
No, you're not.
What?
Algernon's your middle name?
Is it? So it's no.
Peter Algernon Greer. He has become Algernon. It is, defined.
Yes.
He has flowers.
Yes. That story still touches me. It's very sad.
And I'm Jean Grey Ghost.
Thank you all for being here, friends. Michael, you have to say it. That's how we end things here.
Zip it a zoop. We're out of here.